And welcome back. This is 6 o'clock on Saturday, and as always, well, for now, we'll be continuing our adventures with Geralt of Rivia and The Witcher 2. I see no reason to not get right onto it. We left off working at gathering information in the new chapter that we are going as. As you can see, we're at the quest log. I've learned a little bit more about some of the quests we're doing. I believe I'm going to be starting with the overall quest of the Rodfiend contract, which should be... yes, we left off at the brothel, trying to find out where we were supposed to go. Which I believe I can talk to some of the
Welcome an opportunity
along the way.
when it comes.
They say you run a traveling pawn shop. Heard you even have books.
No song, no supper.
Nobody mentioned you speak in proverbs.
A willful man must have his way.
Ah, you're doing this on a bet. How long do you have to go on like this?
Lost time is never again found.
What if you lost the bet? Sure, why
What
not?
happens if you lose the bet?
Crows do not pick crows' eyes.
Good luck anyway.
Fortune is easily found, but hard to keep.
I wish you persistence then. Can I see your goods? I'm mainly interested in those books.
Better to ask the way than to go astray.
So he apparently has a bet to speak in rhymes. But there should be a book you have to sell here about rod fiends. No, I want this side. I want... so, this is a huge collection of books about creatures of the world. So, if you were looking through, wish to play through the game, but this would essentially have all the information on all the different types of creatures in the world. I'm looking for necrophages, not neckers, I'm looking for rot fiends. So, rot fiends, rot fiends. Because there's wraiths, which we've encountered before, and they're part of the undead. They're usually people that, well, they're basically ghosts and wraiths that exist in our lore as well. Andragas, Upper Aiden, Vizimir Uprising, Tamarian Royal Dynasty. Already picked for that one. Partar Valley, which we are in right now. Nilfgaardian. Legendary Cursed. The Dragar. Drogs. Oh, I don't remember what they are. Oh, there they are. There's the book I need. The Rotfiend book. Oh, the Dune Banner. That might actually come in handy. I need, if I remember right, I need the Dune Banner for... to break the curse. The Conjunction of Spheres, which I've talked about before. The Art of Magic, which I've briefly talked about. The Arcus. The gigantic creatures with the shells in their backs. Slaves of the Curse. Thrakiers. Oh yes, they're the undead people, or the undead creatures. Trolls, Neckers, Bulvor. I don't remember what Bulvors are. Harpies, which we will eventually encounter in a different area here. Drowners, Gargoyles. But I believe that is enough to get me on my way. So I'm assuming I just have to read, well, the three men rose to fame during the last wars with Nilfgaard. Cadwini Light Cavalry Regiment initially patrolled the area around Bungleen. Called to the front, it proved its mettle during the incursion into Upper Aedrin. But it was the chroniclers of the Battle of Brenna who made the unit famous. So the battle that occurred here. Because history likes to repeat itself, 7 years later, the Dune Banner once again led Henselt's foray into Aedrin. This time it suffered a crushing defeat at the hands of the Eastern Sibyl ally, no less. The sorceress Sabrina Glevesig? Oh, she's the one that burned. So that's the battle that they're talking about. Decimated beyond resurrection, the unit was never reformed, and its characteristic cloaks and beaverskin caps, which once bred terror in the hearts of Kitwini foes, became a thing of the past, so they remain identifying marks by which the unit's few surviving former members recognize one another. And I am looking for... yeah. Next book. Given that they are necrophages, rot-fiends feed on carrion and human corpses. Does that mean they do not attack the living? They appear in battlefields, in cities, and plagues. Many more in the area. They suddenly appear and disappear more quickly. Yeah, basically, you need to burn corpses. That should satisfy. Yes, that satisfied that portion of the quest.
Find a reef somewhere and stay dry. Why are you running about
So
like this?
we're going to go back to the area here to begin that portion of the quest. So we'll have to burn, kill all these guys if we can. No, stop the bleed. And deal with the rot fiends here, third time in a row. Enough to make you explode. Thankfully you got hit in that area. And that should be the end of those guys. Brilliant. Now I should be able to light... Ah, there we go. I can finally burn these corpses. There should be at least 2 here. Maybe there's more. I kind of hope there are more. Ah, yes, there's a third one. Alright, so that's a third of them taken care of. Don't know where others might be, but that's at least taken care of that. Oh yes, this goes down into the mist. So this goes into a different area. I don't know if I need to go into that area as of yet. Or if I need to talk to a few people yet in camp. I'm gonna make a quick foray into camp. We'll check out if we need to talk to anyone.
Stone.
And then might as well go exploring the battlefield, essentially. I don't know if I can do that at the moment, but it's definitely worth a try. Yes, yes, yes. Mr. Drunkard, who is constantly just always drunk. So,
Square coins.
I'm a bit scared of going against
have
the
the
saints.
officer's quarter.
Greetings.
That guy that we battled last week is dead. Just want to take a quick look about. Make sure I haven't missed talking to anyone. I don't believe I have, but you never know. Can I get down here? No, of course not. So I have to go back and all the way around. Brilliant. But we did learn quite a lot that there is a rather, well, it's a decent sized conspiracy to deal with the king.
Be damned.
These people are
Going somewhere.
not happy with him. But it did suffer a defeat of a kind. And some of its members became disheartened. Let's see here. What about you?
I've no bloody idea who you might be, but I hope you're a civilian.
You? No, it's just a whole bunch of people that are just drinking. Alright. So, like I thought, I probably have to go to the upper camp and talk to everyone in here.
What is it?
I don't know if I've talked to you or not. Oh. I can arm wrestle you. It's not exactly what I want.
What do you want?
What about you? Either you. Ah, this might actually help.
I heard that Sabrina Glevissig was burned at the stake somewhere nearby.
Upon a hill. Folk congregate there to this day.
What for?
They say it brings luck, but I don't buy that superstitious shite.
So, a hill somewhere. What are you? Protect military secrets. Loose lips sinks ships. Ah, gotta love propaganda. It's always entertaining. It's gotta be simple yet memorable. That's right, I still can't talk to you because I'm not allowed to.
Can I talk to him?
You're all right. I've heard you've been helping our lads.
Oh,
Talk away, but be quick.
interesting.
If the corporal sees you, he'll have your balls. And ours.
That's interesting. I've helped enough to gain access to the prisoner.
Fat gun. What do you want?
Information.
You were caught because of me. I want to start out with
You
who
from
are you?
Yorvith's unit?
I'm proud of it. Yorvith will avenge me.
Maybe.
Well,
I'm responsible for you being captured.
I don't understand.
I warned Yorvith that the Kingslayer had betrayed him. Your leader's alive because of me.
You lie. You're not one of us.
Never claimed to be. I'm not interested in your fight, nor in that of the humans. I have my own goals. I'm hunting the Kingslayer and need information. Will you help me?
I'd rather not reveal anything to the Dwan. Do you know Elder speech?
Mm-hmm.
De Thurmen en Rendan Fest. Ev de Sale emes ev de Mevnes.
this is a flaw.
Say here.
This should immediately go into subtitles.
Erte dreie e Dwan. Seret en ox vat gern
Kinda
est.
sad I didn't have
Vena Arthur neck wert.
subtitles on for this.
Erle egen. Ken hat mer. Then dar emen dan. Dak man mer.
It's a long conversation. So, really wish I would have had subtitles on for that. And, oh, maybe I could have just turned them on immediately. Subtitles. Yes. Let's see if we can. There we go. They didn't mention them. We shared food and hid together, but they didn't trust us, nor did we trust them. They must have said something, mentioned their past. There is one thing, I overheard them say he couldn't stand our food, and once he told Akis he wished the Redanians would finally arrive because he dreamt of having roast beef. Okay. Redanians? What do the Redanians have to do with this? Redanian delegation is to visit King Hensel very soon. Well, that's fascinating. If I understand correctly, they were to set off on their own after this visit. That's all I know. Interesting. Okay, where can I find them? If they're still in the area, they must have hid in the gullies, but that's like searching for a needle in a haystack. The gullies are a real labyrinth. I'll find another way. Okay, who are they working for? I don't know, but that's someone with a deep knowledge of politics. How do you know that? They know a lot, too much for simple witchers. Interesting. All witches know elder speech. Sinceret knew it better than you, much better. When you find them, may your step be soft and your breath still, Witcher. Farewell. Interesting. Assassin of Kings. So I got the information I needed out of him. I'm actually going to turn off the subtitles. I find them distracting, personally. If that becomes a desired trait for individuals, I can always turn them on. But elder speech is definitely important. It's fascinating. It is a slight game oversight that wasn't an automatic subtitle moment. If you're going to have elder speech be that important, you kind of should. Yeah, that's nothing. But you should have an auto translation be factored into that. So that was a full conversation. That wasn't just something that was passing by, like Gwynblade or Dwemer. Oh, not Dwemer. Whenever the elves use portions of their speech. But yeah, that's a minor game mechanic flaw. So that updated the Eternal Battle. No. Ah, I should have been paying attention. Met with Death Mold. Assassin of Kings? They hit the jackpot. The capture have to confess that Letho and his two companions were indeed in the area, and they had betrayed the Scoia'tael and murdered members of the unit. Furthermore, Geralt learned that the assassins were plotting something regarding the arrival of the Redanian delegation. Well, the Redanian delegation... So if you were intending to kill off Henselt, which kind of seems that their aim is to kill off all of the kings, you would want... Well, you could kill the king, but then what better way to get next to the Redanian king by using the opportunity of the meeting with the Redanian delegation by taking their place. You would gain access to the Redanian court, or at least a measure beyond some of their security, and then you could get closer to the king. Oh, I'm glad the rain has subsided. We're actually going to go into the battlefield area. I believe that is a possibility I can do. Definitely going to find out. But we should be able to walk into the battlefield from here and get into the highlands? Or am I just constantly stuck? Yeah. Wow. So I just got owned. They did a lot of damage. Maybe I can't. So I got just two-shotted, basically. There's really no going in there. Which means I can't really go into different areas, so I have to stay within the area I'm currently in.
Well, it was here yesterday.
Ah, interesting, interesting. So I can't go into the battlefield area, so I'm essentially confined to this junction. So that's an entrance, that's an entrance. I haven't gone over here, so might as well take a jaunt down that way. I believe I triggered the conspiracy quest sufficiently to not have to worry about the rest of that anymore. But I have no idea. There's quite a lot back here. I see a red map. Ah, it's more... Oh, hello. Normal troops plus coffee. Alright. Oh, it's, troops. Well, you guys are gonna get hit by the explosion, so... Oh, apparently not. There's a contingent of Kedwinian troops out here. Are there corpses? Ah, yes, there's at least one. Are there more about? Hello? More corpses? Any more corpses about? Yes, no, maybe so? Ah, it looks like that was the only one. Interesting. You guys just out here because...
Pretty please. I've no bloody idea who you might be.
Oh, you're guarding this passageway into the battlefield area. So I'm assuming I can't really go any further because I will be going into the battle? Or is this just a tiny little path around? Alright then, I don't know what you're guarding. You're guarding the back of the brothel, which I guess is commendable. It does have some importance to... Oh, that's the path. Yes? Or does it just go wandering about? It is a path. Goes someplace. Oh, hello. That is a troll. That is just a troll. Okay, what is a troll doing here? I'm just gonna go beyond you. Is there any reason? No, this is just a dead end for a troll. Right. So... to do with you right yet. But I know where you are, so I'm just gonna come back to you later. So I helped the other troll. I might be able to help this one. But no idea. Oh, there are more bodies here. They were just more out of the way? Can I see any more bodies? So that one was over. Oh, there's more rot fiends. That leads me to surmise that there's a body. Yes. No, 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 no. Alright, die to burn this one. Which then made the rot fiend disappear. Alright then. That was odd. So I got stuck in the burn corpse animation and then got wailed on, and I'm really glad I didn't die for that. So there's a troll back there. I've burned, well, 2/3 of the rot fiend corpses I need to burn. But I can definitely check out what's behind the Temerian camp. So it seems that it just kind of wanders about back here. So you guys are just hanging out. There's a path into the mountains over there. There's a path that way, so take the nice little path this way. Where do you go, little path? I don't know. Take a left or a right? We'll take the left wall for now. Oh, harpies. So these are harpies.
How many more can there be?
Harpies are disgusting little creatures that fly about. Well, they're pretty standard for being harpies. I also do know that, well, it makes rather a lot of sense that they are vulnerable to Ard, as they use wind to fly, and disrupting that would cause them to fall to the ground, making them very, very, very easy to kill. But it's interesting that there's just 2 of them. I wonder if I can find a contract or a quest to kill them. I'm assuming there's something back here. Hello! There's just bandits chilling out back here. Might as well go deal with you guys. Yep. I need to deal with the crossbow guy because you're just gonna keep loading bolts into that and shooting me. Yep, and I'm bleeding. Oh, that's right, I switched over because I was expecting to fight harpies. Yeah, go bugger off. I need to deal with you first. I'm almost dead because of it. Yeah, I need to not immediately get hit turning this on. Yep. No. Okay. Alright. Bugger off. Regain a little bit of stam. I'm actually gonna use a little bit of fire. Bastards. Dodge you around. Actually, I could also use an ARB to potentially just insta-kill you guys. Nope, you didn't get staggered. Nope, and that was foolish to charge in like that. So, it is one of the more enjoyable aspects of this game. Well, Geralt's powerful, but he's not a god. That is much of the tropes in many other games, where the main antagonist, or the main protagonist, is a god that can wade through hundreds upon hundreds of troops and come out unscathed and is perfectly fine, and is significantly more powerful than anyone else. Geralt is not. He is... Oh, I was using the wrong blade, wasn't I, as well? They're fighting harpies, and I just wasn't... I didn't take long, or it took too long, and they dealt with harpies. There we go, that definitely explained why I was doing crap damage, because I was using the wrong blade. So this also puts forth the interesting problem that there are 2 different types of creatures fighting. 2 different realms of resistances fighting in this fight. There's the monster, which definitely takes more damage from silver, but then there's the human, which just takes way more damage from steel. Yeah. And like many games, as soon as I butt my head in, you guys decide to all ignore the fact that you want to murder each other and try and murder me. So I can knock you down and apparently just one-shot you. That makes things significantly easier to deal with you. So yeah, it's pick the right tools to deal with the right enemy, and things get significantly easier. Because I used Ard on the Harpy, it made that fight with that Harpy so much easier. So this is just kind of buggering away. Where am I going? Oh, apparently there's an entire other section of the map. That's... So I know this was the entrance to the battlefield. So this is just... So yeah, this is the left path I took, and apparently there's a path over here. So I'm just following the left. It's a... Oh, so this will be the end, because this goes to the battlefield. That's a very traditional way of dealing with mazes. Well, that's right. The Scoia'tael are supposed to be in here. And it's supposed to be the ridiculous way of not just wandering about in here. But this is Dwarven, or... I believe... Yeah, it's Dwarven. It's a Dwarven outpost of some kind, but it needs a key. That's good to know. Elvish would be more flourished. Very much more akin to like Lord of the Rings architecture designs. This game, for the dwarves and elves, follows those tropes, where dwarves are very much angular and hard, where elves are much more flowing and soft architecture. But that leads us to the end of our left path, so we continue essentially following the left side. Again, I was talking about it being a standard way of dealing with or solving mazes, where you essentially put your hand upon one of the walls and you just follow it, regardless of the intersections and passageways that might lead to other ways. It does have flaws. If there are essentially islands, you can't ever complete that portion of it. But for the most part, it is a way of dealing with it. This is beautiful. What is that the Kedwini camp that I'm looking at? Maybe? No. That's across the river? Or is it... is that the Nilfgaardian camp? No, that's definitely across the river. That might be the Nilfgaardian camp. I mean, I can... Or is that just the rest of the Kedwinian forces? Holding them in reserve on the other side of the river? Which doesn't make much sense tactically, as it would be very dangerous to split up your forces if they were... If one of half of your forces were attacked, you wouldn't be able to reinforce the other half, because just ferrying troops across the river takes tremendous amounts of time. But I digress. We'll go back to the path. That was an herb. There might be... No, it looks like this might be the only thing that's back here. It's just a hut that's out in the middle of nowhere. So there's something outside that I can loot, but nothing in here. Oh, it's an herb. So... Oh, there's a path behind it. It continues on. You're nothing. You got graves. Okay. So there's graves. Malagate. Okay. Murun. Brissa.